Hello guys, and welcome back. So now let's add the function to send an image message. Okay, so for that, let's first create a method inside our chat provider. Okay, so let's go in our chat provider here, and then so here after this method of send text message, let's create a method to send our image message. Okay, so here let's send image message to Firestore. So let's see if Copilot is creating that. Let's click on tab, and then maybe let's minimize one emulator there. So here let's just go through what Copilot has done. So send image message to Firestore. So first it's sending the user just like the same things we are sending here. Okay, so it's sending the sender and then the contact ID, contact name, contact image. But so here it's also passing the image path. Okay, all right, this is not something that we want to do. Okay, for us, let's not pass the image path here. Let's pass the file. Okay, because we want to get the image from here. Okay, so here also let's say file, and then let's import this file, this data. Okay, for us, let's not pass the path directory, let's pass the file, because we want to upload this file to Firestore, and then from there we'll get the path now, and then the path is what we will send here. Okay, because this can also be a video. Okay, so actually, instead of naming it as send image message, let's name this as send file message. Okay, so it's also here, let's say send file message. Okay, because even the video will be using this method. Okay, so here it's creating the message ID, and then it's doing the same just like what we did up here. Okay, for the replied messages, which is exactly what we want there. But now we need to do an extra thing here. So what we are doing here is just, so Copilot knows upload image to Firestore. Let's click tab. So this one is going to be number 3. Okay, and then this is going to be number 4. So here we are going to do exactly the same with what we are doing when we are creating the user. If you go to the user information screen, is it this? Not actually here. We need to go to the auth provider. Where is that authentication provider? Here. Where is that method? So this, what is happening here? Okay, that is exactly what we are going to do there. All right, we're going to get that file message and put a reference, and then return that, and then put it on the message. Okay, so let's go back to the chat provider. Let's close this, and then where is our chat provider? Okay, here we're in the chat provider. So here what we're going to do is exactly that. So let's see if Copilot, so Copilot, first of all, it's creating a reference here. Let's click on tab. All right, let's change this reference to how we need it to be. Okay, so here what we want to change is let's just start from here. So instead of in the file, we are going to put inside we are going to create constants. So let's say constants. Okay, we need to put it. So this we can be calling .child, and then also another child here. Okay, we can say child here and put another one, and then also child, and then put another one here. Okay, or we can just put everything inside one child with this slash. Okay, it could be the same thing. So let's remove this child, and then here let's put a $sign there, and then do the brackets. Even here let's close that bracket, and then we are going to go in the constants dot where we want to save, let's save as chat files. Okay, chat files, and then after chat files we're going to put the slash, and then we're going to put the message type. Okay, so here, instead of not now, the message ID is going to be there, but not now. Well, let's click let's first put in there, we're going to put that, and then we're going to get the message type. Okay, so let's open the brackets again and then close it, and then here what we have is the message type dot name. Okay, so that we know if it's audio, we will know that it's audio. If it's video, we will know that it's video. And then after we put inside there, we need to put inside our user ID. Okay, so also the user ID, we know we are getting, first let's put a $, then open brackets. We're going to get it in the sender.uid. all right, that's where it's going to go. And then after there, we're going to go inside the send. This is our ID, and then we're going to put inside our friend's ID. Okay, that's how we are going to, that's where we are going to put this. Okay, so after our user ID is going to go inside the person that we are talking to. And why is this? Because we may be talking to different people, so each one is going to be having its own saved files in their reference. Okay, so now after we do that, and then we name it as a message ID. All right, that's how we're going to save the file. So let's create this constant before we go further. So let's go to the constants. Where is the constants class? Here. So this is chat files. Let's copy it, and then let's go to constants. Then here let's do another static const. I'm just going to paste it. Chat files is going to equal to chat files, and then we can close that. Let's come back here. So this will be our reference. Let's minimize, we'll bring that back. So this will be our reference for where we are going to put the file. And then now after we have our reference, let's just await. You know that we have that method to store the file. So await store image. What did we name it? Is it here, down here? All right, we don't have it here. It's in the authentication provider. Where's that method? We created the method to save the image. Okay, this one, store file to file store. Let's copy it from here. Then inside there, let's also just put it at the bottom here. Okay, so this storage, it's going to be that. Where is that? It's going to be this Firebase storage. Okay, let's copy this, and then let's come down, let's put it here. All right, now let's go back. So here we're going to the store file to storage. So a reference is going to be this reference that we have created here. Okay, so let's copy that and paste it there. What seems to be the problem here? Okay, let's see, what is it saying? Argument reference cannot be assigned to the string. Okay, so this is a string. We already called this inside here, so we need to just get this string inside here. All right, let's copy that. So instead of copying it here, let's remove all of this. Okay, let's remove that, and then also remove that. So now we have a string. Okay, now we've put there as a reference. Let's close that. Okay, so once we get this, we are going to assign it to our file URI now. So let's put a space, and then it returns a string, which is going to be our file URL. Okay, a URL, and then let's put an equal sign there. So now this file URL is going to be the one that we want to save here. Okay, so let's copy it here and then save it here. All right, great. So now that we've gotten the URL here, and then we have updated the message model like how we updated it in the previous message. Here everything is just the same. Okay, what is changing here is just a message. Okay, now it's a file URL, and then the message type, everything is the same, everything here is the same. And then now we're going to check again. If it's a group message, we'll handle the group message. Okay, if it's a contact message, we've already created this method, which is handle contact message. Everything is just the same here. Okay, and then we're going to send an image message like that. Okay, I mean a file message. It can be a video or it can be an image. So that's it we need to do here. All right, so this is sending a file image. So now that we have done this, let's go back to the bottom chat field and then continue. So where's the bottom chat field? Here. So here let's create that method to get the image. So it's even here, let's remove what we don't need here. So even here in the bottom chat field, it's going to be exactly the same like what we did when we were selecting an image. All right, so we can just go inside the user information screen, and then these methods where we select image. Okay, this we will use this same method because it's exactly the same. Okay, so let's copy this. We copy that. Let's go to the bottom chat field, and then where can we put it? Maybe here. Let's paste that. All right, now what we need to import here. So this we need to import. No, actually this is a variable, which is let's just copy it also from the user information screen. This file image, it's this one, and the user image. So instead of the user image, we'll name it something else here. We'll just name it as a file path, I think. So let's copy that, go inside the chat field, bottom chat field. Let's paste this here, and then here let's import dial, and then this one let's name it as let's do rename symbol file path. Okay, like that. So now what errors do we have? Let's import the cropped file. Yeah, okay, so now let's go over this again. So once we select this image, we're going to get that image and then send it into the crop activity here. All right, and then after we send it in the crop activity, once it is cropped here, now what we need to do here is instead of setting this state, now we have to send the message. Okay, we have to send the message now instead of setting the state here. So here what we'll do is first we are going to get that file path which is on top, and then we are going to put it to the alright, so we are going to have an error. We are naming this already as file path. We can't name that as well as file path. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to click Ctrl Z, so that that one is now normal. Let's go back and then check. So this is called file path. Okay, so we named this one as well. No, not this one. Where are we using this? Let's see. Let me just click search for it here. Okay, it's not used elsewhere. Okay, so we are okay, it's not used elsewhere, so let's just remove that. We don't need that. Yeah, now let's import this. All right, now when we reach here, what we want to do is we need to create a file. Actually, we needed that. Okay, let's create so this, instead of naming it like this, let's name it as, let's rename to, let's say, cropped file path. Okay, let's click tab, enter. So this is renamed. Now we need that variable that we deleted, which was a string file path. This is going to be empty. Okay, and then now that we've down here, when after we have cropped this, let's set that file path on top. Okay, so file path is going to be equal to this. Okay, now we have this file path, we can use this file path now. So now after this is not empty here, now we need to send that message. Okay, send image to message, send image to fast. Okay, so now we need to send this now that this is empty. All right, so let's create this method now to send the image, and then we'll call it here. So this method will communicate to our method in the chat provider. So now let's create that method here. Now that's when we are going to say send image to Firestore, and then let's see if Copilot will create. Yeah, great. So here, this send image to Firestore, we are getting our current user, we are getting the chat provider. You can see how smart Copilot is. It knows what we want to do. So here we are going to get inside chat provider, but instead of calling this, we named it as send file image, file message, and then this one was what? Let's go in the chat provider, send file message. That was named as file. Okay, so this is file. And then what error do we have? Let's see, we have current user, contact UID. What is the error? Let me just copy this, copy that, and then let's come here and paste that. Okay, maybe there's something that we didn't send here. Let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Let's see what is here. 1 2 3 6 7 8 9. What are we missing? Message type, maybe. We have sender ID. Yeah, we are missing message type. It's coming after what? After the file. Okay, so after this file we have message type. So here we're going to say message enum.image. Okay, that's how we are putting the message type. Then after we send, we know that we are going to remove focus, and then that's it. That's all that happens after we send this message. Okay, now we just need to call this select image down where here on this container. Okay, so instead of the container, let's return a size box here, and then here instead of this, let's have a column here. Okay, so what we do is let's wrap this in a column widget, and then for the children, let's remove this first. So the first one, let's have list towers children. Okay, so okay, let's click tab, and then let's see. So it's got this. The first one is from camera. Okay, it knows that now we want to select from camera to true, which means the second one. So let's just put comment, select image from gallery. So select image from, let's do first camera, and then let's do another one which will be gallery. Yes, and then the third one we have to put the selecting of the video. Okay, here let's do select a file from device. Okay, we can say select a video file, video file from device. And then now let's see. Yeah, this one we haven't made the method, and Copilot knows. So we're going to have these three conditions. We can see that this select image, it has even put for us already. If we go back up, it's this select image. Now let's just go through it, okay, before we run the application. Once we click here on this, it will bring up these three list out, and then once we pick from camera or gallery, it will launch, and then after we select, it's going to launch the crop activity, and then we are going to crop. After we crop, now here we are going to call our method, which is send file image, okay, send file image. What's this? Oh, it's called send let's change this to file image, file send file message. And then also I think this, let's pass it, okay, the message enum, let's pass it. So what we'll do is we're going to require, because we're going to also send the video file using this, so we might as well pass the message enum here, so that we can just change the message enum depending on what we are sending. So message enum, and then here we're going to say message let's name it as message type. Yeah, let's just pass that, and then let's copy this and then put it here, okay, like that. Great. And then now let's call it here send file image. Here, that's where now we are going to put our message enum, and then that. Yeah, we want to do it like this because when we want to send an image, we'll change video, we'll change this to video. All right, now once we call this method, it comes to this method, it takes the message enum, and then we are going to send all this data. Okay, but here we don't want to send this file image, okay, because we want to send what we are setting, this file path, okay, that's what we want to send, which is here. We are setting that. So here, instead of this, where is that? Here, instead of this, what we'll do is we are going to do file, and then here we are going to put our file path, okay. Great. So it's always important to go through the code that Copilot or whatever coding assistant we have is has given us, because it may know what we want to do exactly, but it just misses some few details. As you can see here, it assumed that we want this when that's why we have created this file path. We want the cropped file, not this file image, okay. That's why we have changed here to put the file path. All right, so that's it. Now let's try to send this message. So what we do is to run the application, and then let's wait. Alright, the application has started. It's time to test it. I hope we don't get any errors, otherwise we have to go through it again. So here, let's click on it, and then now let's click on this. So now you can see that we have camera, gallery, and video, okay. So we can also just add a title here if we want, okay. We can add a title under this column. We can put something on top, okay. So maybe let's also, before we go further, let's just put some padding here. All right, let's hot restart. Let's just wait for it. Let's open it. Yeah, that looks fine. Now let's click since this is an emulator, I don't have an image. Let's go with the camera. You can see that it has opened up that, and then let's take a photo. Let's get that. Now we need to crop, and then let's get that. So it's sending an image right now, and then now I've just realized, okay, so there is the image URL. I've seen it, yes. So now one thing that we forgot to do is to we don't want to wait and then don't know what is going on. So before we go further here, let's go and fix this. Okay, this is okay. Let's go and fix the method to put the loading. So the send file image here, this is send file image. So what we're going to put here is loading. Okay, so here we'll put set is loading to true, then notify the changes. So notify the changes like that, and then after everything is done here, and then on where are we calling on success? After we go to handle this here, we are going to set loading to false. Okay, now this is false. So we can also do the same even in the sending message. This is sending file message, and then also where is the send text message? Send text message here. Also let's set loading. Set is loading to true, and then this handle thing is universal, so there we are sending it to false. All right, so what we have to do now inside the bottom chat field, where's bottom chat, let's close this here. If it's sending, what we can do is not allow the user to send a message. Okay, so here on this container, where's this, there's a row and then there's this icon button. So here if it is sending, we can show the button, the secure progress indicator. So let's say are we reading with this provider? Okay, if chat provider dot is loading, we want to say constants of secure progress indicator. Okay, and then if it is not loading, that's when we will show this icon. Let's remove that. If it is loading, we will show this. If it is not loading, we are going to have that. All right, great. And then also where is the send button? We will do the same. We don't want to send anything if it is loading. Here is the send button, which is this. Okay, so even here we'll do the same. Let's copy this and then paste it here. Okay, if that is loading, we are going to show the secure avatar even here, so that the user won't be allowed to send two messages, just be tapping here while it's loading. And then also they should know that the application is sending something. Okay, great. So now it's time to, you can see that here we are displaying this as a URL, but what we need to do is to display an image. Okay, so even if we go back here, you can see that it's just a URL here. Okay, so we need to check if it's an image message, we show that image here. If it's a text message, we show that text message here. So let's do that in the next video.